Shakespearean tanuki. What does that even mean?
Hello, today we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog spin-off Tails Adventure for the Sega Game Gear. Plus, Ollie has a gaming game changer, Tibbs has mice, and a pun generator gives us the biggest laughs we've ever had in 71 episodes of the Polem Up podcast.
Episode 71 of the Polem Up podcast is here. It's live. Well, it's not live. It's recorded, but it's live. It's live to tape, and you're listening to it with your ears on your phone or iPod, or through the web browser.
Yeah, or through Spotify or through YouTube.
I am Tibbs.
And I'm Ollie. Hello.
Tibbs
Welcome.
and Ollie.
Tibbs and Ollie are here once again.
Yeah.
That was a good intro, well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. How you doing? You right?
Well, I don't know if I've told you
Yeah.
in previous episodes, right?
Yeah.
But occasionally, right above my head, because we're in the top floor of a block of flats, there's a loft.
Oh, right.
And in that loft, there are mice.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they've been there a long time, like long before I moved in here, because I went up in the loft to have a nose around once, because I thought, well, why not? See what's up there.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a bunch of old books up there, but there we go. Not mine, the landlord's presumably.
My sister just to chime in while I think of it. My sister-in-law had a flat, and they went up there, went up in the loft, and there was like all these sort of weird kind of ritual things up there, like
what?
I don't know, sort of like things placed out like they're like some sort of ritual voodoo kind of thing, like really sort of creepy.
Are you for real?
Yeah, no, really. I don't know what it was, but yeah, they were afraid to move it or disturb it or do anything with it, so they just sort of left it up there. It's weird, isn't it?
That is weird. Well, that knocks my story into a cocked hat, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, then carry on. Sorry about that.
Wow. Oh, you took the wind out of myself. No. I mean that is weird. Did she take photos of it?
I don't know. No, but I don't know. I haven't seen them if she has. But
That's wow. That's weird. Did any bad luck befall her while she lived in the flat?
No, not that I'm aware of. No, not particularly. They had a hard time getting rid of it and moving out. I don't know if that counts.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
So yeah. So anyway, when I went up there to have a nose around when I moved in, there was some. So they put down some poison.
All right.
Now I don't like poison. For mices or whatever. I think just catch them in a little humane trap, take them off to the forest, let them go. That's what we've always done.
That's what I did a few weeks ago. Actually, we found one just hiding just under our Alice's slide out in the garden.
Oh.
Yeah, little fella.
Yeah. I mean, I know they can't stay there,
Mm.
but I think they're just trying to live their little mousy
Yeah.
lives, aren't they?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm not going to kill
Absolutely.
them.
No.
So we a few times we've been up there, we've put a humane trap down, and they go, and then we don't hear from them for ages.
Yeah.
Recently, they've been all up there,
Oh.
you hear them scattering about.
You do, yeah, yeah. I've lived. I mean, with my childhood house, we had a rabbit, and then when the rabbit died, we found it attracted loads of mice because of the food. And they were just living in the house, scuttling around. Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you hear them.
very noisy.
So I thought, okay, well, we've got this humane trap. It's like a metal box, and it's got like two little entrances at either side. It says it can hold up to 10 mice.
Oh
I think
wow.
that's it's not a TARDIS, but that seems a bit excessive. Um, but we thought, okay, we'll put that up there. So the scuttling stopped. So I thought,
Ah,
right, it's been caught. So
yeah,
I went up there today.
yeah.
It's made a little nest in it,
Made a little nest in the box.
in the box.
Oh right, okay.
It's
So it's
supposedly
obviously
headed for
going in
more.
and out to get stuff.
Going in and out. Um, there's all. I don't know where he's got it from, but it's like it looked like bits of like a flapjack or something like
Oh
that, like
really?
little
Okay.
little
Like
oats,
maybe chippings of wood or something.
that sort of thing. Two
Yeah.
whole cherries.
Two cherry? Where the hell did they get two cherries from?
I don't know. We've got no cherries here, and there's no way they can get down into the flat. So I can only imagine he's got it from a neighbour's flat, and he's either come in through the loft or he's got it from somewhere in the neighbourhood and just sort of hopped across the gardens and made his way into the flat and just brought these cherries with him.
It sounds like a platform game, doesn't it?
It
Like
does,
a
yeah.
Mega Drive platformer. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Mm.
So I was just, I take my hat off to his ingenuity. I want a refund for the trap, to be honest.
Absolutely. It's definitely
You
not
know,
doing its job.
it's not doing its job, and he's obviously thought he's comfortable enough in there that he's took his cherries in there. So
That's brilliant.
yeah,
Oh,
so
right,
that's what's
okay.
been going
I
on.
mean, you've kind of solved the problem in a way because you just got to wait for him to be in there and then scoot him off, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah, but I mean, well, I know he likes cherries now, so maybe I could use that
Yeah.
as bait. But then,
Incentive.
if I put cherries in there to bait him into it, he's just going to think all his Christmases have come at once, isn't he? He's just going
Yeah.
to go in there and think, oh,
He's
I
been
didn't
very
even get
confused.
these.
I thought I only had two cherries. I mean,
Exactly, and
what
now
the hell's
look, there's
going
a
on?
bunch.
They're multiplying.
They're multiplying. He'll start conducting little experiments. He'll try and
Yes.
see if he can put one in there and leave it for a bit and see if it multiplies. He'll be telling his mates they'll all be
They
coming.
will. Oh, yeah, they will, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's basically what's been
Okay.
going on there.
Well, that's pretty good. I think that tops my story about the voodoo stuff.
I don't know. That's eerie. That
Let
is. I
the
wish you had
listeners
some
decide.
photos.
Listeners, write in. Let us know which one you preferred, the voodoo or the mice.
Yeah.
We'll find
Oh
out.
no, no, no! I've just been charging my headset and now it's saying battery low and it's going to mess
Oh,
up the
not again.
recording. I I just said I plugged it in. It said 60%. See, this has only happened since you mentioned your sister's voodoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable! You don't mess with this stuff. I'm telling you.
No, no, you don't.
Right,
Well,
let's
can you
get.
plug it in while you're using it? I suppose.
I don't
Not.
think I can. I'll try, but I think
Try
I
have a
did that
go.
last time and
Yes,
it all
something went
went
wrong.
haywire.
Some things don't like being charged and used at the same time, do they?
No, 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 no. So let's just speed through the show.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Any news? No. Okay.
No, no,
On to the
no,
game
no.
then.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
No. All right.
Any
Uh,
non-mice related news?
I've got some gaming news. I've got a big gaming revelation for me, actually.
Oh, okay.
So something significant has happened in my gaming world this past month. It's something very positive. So for years now, I've had problems with my eyes. I've
Yes.
mentioned before on the show. I have bouts that can go on for weeks sometimes, where they're just really uncomfortable. They tire easily, very sensitive to light sometimes. If I use a computer all day, it gets very, very difficult. So I used to believe that some of these sort of bouts of it were caused by spending more than a few minutes just looking at a portable screen, so like a portable games console, an iPad, something like that. For some reason, I kind of got it into my head that those screens are different from a good monitor screen. So I've had bad monitor screen which caused it as well, but I feel like it was the lower quality screens that sort of kicked it off.
Yeah.
So I've kind of stayed away from portable screens for that reason. Like even like the Switch, I decided I'm not even going to try because it just always seems to cause me problems. But I think my issue mostly is it's called dry eye syndrome, which a lot of people have. And I had some treatment for it last year actually, and since then, I still get bouts of it, but they sort of clear up a bit more quickly. They're less severe. So generally, it's been a lot better. So we went on holiday last month, and I thought, I'm going to give this a test on the Switch, because I think a lot of it's just in my head a lot of the time. If it's sort of a modern screen with a modern, stuff like that, it shouldn't really be any different from the TV. So I played the Switch portably, and I thought, if the worst case scenario, if it all goes haywire, I'm away from work for a week. Hopefully, that's enough time for it to clear up. So started playing it, and I was fine. Ooh. Did it again for longer. I was fine. Done it many, many more times since. Absolutely fine. So I can now play the Switch portably, and it's changed my life.
So what do you think? Is this because of the treatment you had, do you think? Or
well, yeah, it's debatable. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to know how the treatment worked. Basically, it was a clinic I went to in London, which sort of exposes your eyes to like this red light, which is supposed to sort of clear up. Basically, the problem is that the eyes get clogged up, the tear ducts get clogged up, and you're supposed to relieve them. And I've got this little vibrating eye thing that you put over your eye, and it sort of helps clear them up. So I think they have generally been better since I've done all that. But I think it's partly that, and also partly just a psychological thing where I just got into my head that portable screens are bad for my eyes, and they sort of start. And I think it's just certain experiences with lower quality screens, like the DS screen or whatever, the older ones, where they're just the kind where you look to the side and they all kind of invert the colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those I'm still a bit iffy about, but something modern, it should be fine. I just thought there's no difference between that and the TV, really. I don't think, is there?
No, not really. So, I mean, it's fundamentally the same technology.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So, yeah, and it's been absolutely fine. In fact, I find it easier to use the Switch than the TV in a lot of cases, just because it's a little bit clearer, closer to your screen, close to your eyes,
Yeah.
So I've had loads of fun on Bombrush Cyberfunk. I've got to...
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
I think the Oil Rig District, which is like the 4th one out of 5, so I've done a lot on that. I've completed Tales Adventure on it, which is our book club game, by the way. And yeah, it's just because it fits so much more easily in my lifestyle. I can literally, if I've got 10 minutes, I can literally just pick it up without like hogging the TV, and I can sort of sit there and do it just in these little bursts, So it's I've got a lot of gaming done, really. Mostly those two games, I have to admit. It's been really good. Really
brilliant.
Good. Yes, so I'm really pleased about that. So Bombrush Cyberfunk is a fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. It's so good. Yeah. I think I prefer it to both the Jet Set radios, to be honest.
Oh, that's a bold take.
I think not in every aspect. I think music-wise, it's nowhere near as good. I think the music is quite repetitive and not as good. I think I prefer the characters and maybe the story a little bit more in the Jet Set radios.
Yeah.
But gameplay-wise, like the just pure gameplay mechanics, like the handling and the trick system and stuff like that, I think I prefer Bombrush, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I think it's definitely benefited from the intervening years between Jet Set and they've had lots of time because the people who made it are obviously big fans of Jet Set Radio.
Yes, exactly.
So they've had a lot of time to think about what ways it could be tweaked and sort of finessed a bit. So handling wise, I would say that's a fair fair comment.
I think so. I like this a bit more platformy as well. Like I like those weird segments in between, like the major districts where he sort of gets trapped in his own dream world, doesn't he? And there's it's kind of like platform sequences. Like I think that worked well as a game where it's just like it's a platformer, but it's skating themed like that. I really enjoyed those bits.
Yeah.
And I think it runs better in handheld mode than on the dock actually on the Switch. I find the frame rate's a bit better. So yeah. What else? I played last week. Me and Alice had to go on Overcooked. Have you ever played that?
Yeah, I love Overcooked. Yeah,
it's a great little game, isn't it? I played it a long time ago with Abby, and this is the first time I picked it up again. And I thought this is something she'll probably quite like. If you've never played it, it's basically just a top-down cooking game, a co-op cooking game, and you've just got to get your ingredients, chop them up, put them on a plate, serve it, wash the dirty plates. but it's the hazards that interrupt you from doing that all the time. Like there's one level where your kitchen is split across two different trucks, and they're constantly separating, so you get stranded. And there's like the pirate ship one where all the counters are sliding about, and then your kitchen gets on fire because you've left the oven on too long, but you can't get to it, so the whole kitchen goes up in flames. And she was having a whale of a time. She absolutely loved it.
That's brilliant.
So that's a little game that we can enjoy.
It gets so frantic as well. It really does.
Yes, we found that you play a level and you just completely fail it, but you learn a strategy to try it again, and then you say, okay, you focus on these bits and I'll focus on these bits, and then you kind of work out the best way of doing it. And the only other thing I played as a demo last night of that Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, the new Shinobi game.
Oh, I saw something on Twitter about that. I haven't seen any gameplay or played anything yet. Well,
it's really nice, very 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 beautiful looking game, very stylish, very. Feels nice as well.
Is this one of the ones that Sega announced like years ago, where they were going to redo the classic franchises and things?
Yeah, it's one of those, and we haven't really seen hardly anything else of any of the others yet, have we? But this one's almost ready to go now. So yeah,
but if this one's good, then hopefully that's a good.
Yeah. I think it's by the studio that did Streets of Rage 4. I think. It's got that feel to it anyway. It feels like they might have done it. So. The same. It's from the same sort of family of people,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's good. I saw they're doing a classic Sega Villains DLC pack for it, including Eggman, like the classic Eggman in it.
Wait, in Shinobi?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, I find that quite an odd. I don't think that they should exist in the same universe, but it sounds interesting. So apparently they're having 3 classic Sega villains in this DLC as bosses.
Ah. I mean, it could work, because I mean, like one of the original. I think was it Revenge of Shinobi, the first run of games that came out. It had like Godzilla and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. They just
stuff in it.
They just chucked whoever they felt like in there. And there was like various versions where they had to take them out again. I think, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like Batman's in there and stuff.
I love when gaming was like a Wild West like that.
It was great in that they just felt like they could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah,
literally just chuck anything in.
What's your other boss? What? Just stick Spider-Man in it.
They'll never know. Marvel will never play this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I do miss those days. So I think there's 2 more to be announced. I just wonder if you got any ideas what you think they might be, like classic Sega villains that would fit in the universe. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if they would fit in the universe any more than Eggman, but Death Adder.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He'd be a good one.
Yeah. I was thinking Mr. X from Streets of Rage, maybe.
Oh yeah, Mr. X from Streets of Rage.
That'd be good.
Classic Sega franchises.
Maybe Lan Di, the guy from Shenmue, the antagonist of Shenmue.
Oh yeah. It would be kind of funny if he gets defeated in Shinobi before Shenmue gets a chance.
That is true. Maybe that'll. Yeah, like Ryo's already spent 3 games trying to find him. Yeah, that maybe not then in that case.
I haven't played much of the Yakuza games, but Sega love that's like.
Oh, they do. They're all over that, aren't they? Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be someone from Yakuza.
It could be, yeah. They never shut up about Yakuza, do they?
No, they don't, do they? That's what they were about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there aren't many big Sega villains thinking about it, are there?
Not outside those ones, no, not really.
No.
The antagonist of Billy Hatcher, I don't know, I can't remember who that was.
I can't even remember. No, I can't even remember. I've got no idea.
They were all crows, I think.
I like Billy Hatcher as well.
It's a good game, yeah. I also played the new 2D Ninja Gaiden game as well. Strangely, coincidentally, releasing almost at the same time. That's good fun. They're both very sort of play very fluidly. Look great. Both very promising actually. If you like your 2D ninja games.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, good fun. So you've been playing anything?
Do you know what? I really haven't.
Okay.
I was just looking at my Steam then because I thought, maybe there's something I've forgotten. But I've been so busy with work and other sort of family bits. According to Steam, I've played 8 hours in the past 2 weeks. So that's really not a lot. I mean, back in the day, I'd play 8 hours in a day. So 8 hours over the past 2 weeks is. But most of that's been spent on, Sonic Origins. That's because I was playing
Yeah.
the Tales Adventure.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 4, I've played a bit,
Hmm.
and Little Kitty Big City, I've been going through as well.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just nothing new. It's just just enjoying the classics. Just
Sure.
enjoying, you know,
Why not? Yeah, you don't
some
have
of
to
the
play.
greats.
When we do this podcast, there's always a little pressure. I feel it. You probably feel it too. Of playing something new so we can
Yeah,
talk about it.
yeah, definitely,
And
definitely.
sometimes you just got to say, I don't, because it takes energy to play something new,
Yeah.
and to then make a few little mental notes to talk about.
That's
Sometimes you
that's the
just,
thing, because there
you,
have been times where I've played like a new game. You said, "Oh, well, what's it like then?" And I was just like, "Well, it's all
yeah,
right."
it's all right. Yeah, I know. That's the thing about having a podcast. You got to make sure you're an interesting person.
That's where we've been going wrong.
Yeah, that
Ah,
is. Yeah. So sometimes you just got to kick back and say, I want to play something that I've played 100 hours in already and have nothing
yeah,
more to say on it. Mm,
yeah.
absolutely.
News.
News? Anything? There was this Gamescom thing,
Yeah, there
wasn't
was a
there?
Gamescom
Have you
thing.
got anything to say about that?
There was something I wanted to say about it, but I can't remember what it was.
Let's
Um,
have a little look. We do our customary Google
Google
of
on live
live Googling
live
of whatever's
Googling.
been released because we haven't been keeping up with it ourselves.
Do 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 do. That wasn't a Gamescom. That was out in the 80s. Reject
One
cookie.
of the first things is from Top Gear website. Why are Top Gear
Top Gear.
looking at the best cut games from Gamescom?
Oh.
And they're not even all just driving games. Ridiculous. Can't even find a list now. All biggest reveals so far. Here we go. Call of Duty. No. Hollow Knight. Silk Song.
Um. Yeah. Well, good.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kirby Air Riders. Did you watch that thing the other day on Nintendo Direct on Kirby Air Riders?
No, I didn't know.
Yes, it's all right. I'm not really
It's
familiar
all
with the
right.
original, to be honest, on the GameCube. Um, yeah,
Oh,
it's
I thought it was just a GameCube one. I thought it was just
no,
like.
no, it's a new one. It's a sequel to
Oh,
that
okay.
for the Switch 2. Yeah, it's a racing game, but there's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit more mechanical than that. In a way, it's hard to describe, but it looks all right. Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh,
Is
I'm
that up your
interested
street?
in that, but I
Yeah,
mean,
big ugly monster
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm interested in it, but I mean,
Hmm.
it's nothing. We knew that was coming. That's been announced and trailers and
Okay.
stuff for that.
All right.
So,
Fine. Yeah, fine.
um, oh, Bubsy,
Oh yeah, I did note that down actually. Bubsy 4D
Bubsy 4D.
looks alright actually.
Do you know what? It looks all right, but I can't help thinking that Bubsy can't really catch a break because
No.
usually the games are crap, but they look
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
This one, the game looks all right, but I hate what they've done to it. I hate his art style in this one. I just don't like how he looks.
Yeah. I can't
So
find it now, but yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah, because they did. When I was looking at it, the article said it's the first one since the 90s. But I'm sure they did. They've done at least one modern like 2.5D Bubsy in recent years,
yeah, they
haven't
did. Yeah, they did.
they? Maybe even two.
The same team who did the Great Guana Sisters.
Yeah.
They did a Bubsy game. I think it was based on basically the same engine. They just took out their characters and stuck in Bubsy. But
Right.
that's what it looks like to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't. It was just a good platformer. Nothing
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So there's that. If anyone's still excited about Bubsy, there's that. I mean, I don't know. I can't see anything else here that grabs me, to be honest. And there goes Tibbs' mic battery, so I'm afraid he's going to switch to another mic and sound a little bit different throughout the rest of the show.
The thing is, okay, I am going to moan about something. I was
Alright.
going to say because I'm just scrolling down the list of like announcements and things, right?
Yeah.
And there's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. There's like an expansion thing coming out on it.
Yeah.
Right? And there's this thing posted on Twitter, and it was the new NVIDIA graphics engine, or whatever it was. Let me get it up. Here we go. It's so stupid. Right, here it is. Yeah, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be the first game to feature NVIDIA's ray tracing hair technology, which uses spheres instead of triangles to achieve more realistic hair rendering. Who cares? Who, honestly? And it shows two photographs of some bloke's head, and it's exactly the same.
It's like the PS5 Pro video all over again, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. And it's just so stupid. I don't want to sound like we hate games, because we go through these announcements and we're like, but this is what we're working with.
Yeah,
this isn't meant to be a major announcement. Some bloke's hair, it's the same.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing a game, you're not particularly focused on people's hair, are you?
No,
Not really.
no. Like Metal Gear Solid, the Snake's head was a cube practically.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It's fine.
As long as we can tell that it is hair and not like, a continuation of his head or or hat or something, then fine. We'll just go along with it. It's fine. We don't care.
I want to be excited about games. I want to be excited about something. I remember when like a new graphical demo coming out, like the first demos that came out for the PS2, mind blowing, so exciting, I was like, oh my god, look at that, that's incredible. This terrible. It's just nothing. It's just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we are excited about games, but we're just not that excited about most AAA games. Most of the big
that's it.
budget games that get the most money thrown at them for like advertising and all that, generally speaking, we don't really care, because it's all just the same sort of stuff, isn't it?
It is. It's just stuff. It's just more.
Yeah.
More stuff.
It's just bland. I mean, just scrolling then through all the announcements and all the screenshots of everything. Everything's dark and bland and boring.
Yeah.
So
It reminds
boring.
me, there's a YouTube channel that's really good. Everyone should check it out anyway. Mecha Gamezilla, and he did like a humorous comedy video a few years and years ago now, sort of taking a wry look at the lack of variation of new games coming out at E3.
Yeah.
And one of the characters on this thing says, "Oh, are you looking forward to seeing all the new games at E3?" And he replies something along the lines of, "It's just more games, the same games, just more of them. It's not new games.
Yes,
It's just
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
it's just more games.
Yes, it's more of the same games.
It's just more of the same.
Yeah. Okay.
They should do a game with a platypus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Are there any platypus-based games?
I don't think there are. I don't think there's a single platypus-based game. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah,
platypus
another animal that I've always thought would be perfect for a platformer is a pangolin.
Oh.
Think about it. They're armoured. They've got a long, sticky tongue. They've got claws. They've got a big, long tail. I can think of 4 or 5 different game mechanics just off of those things.
Do you know what? You are absolutely right.
Pangolin.
Pangolin.
It's just an idea. I've always had this pangolin character. I'm just trying to think of different ways I could use him in a game that I probably never get around to making. But if someone else does it, then at least it'll exist.
That's an amazing idea, actually. Because you could have him shoot off little shards through his little spin in a circle.
He can dig. He can sort of latch onto enemies and pull himself towards them with his long sticky tongue.
That is amazing.
I think it'd be really good. Anyway, any platypus games?
No, I search for platypus games and it just comes up Platypus, the game we talked about before.
Yeah, that'd be the problem, wouldn't it?
So that's the problem there.
Yes.
There's got to be some good. What's a good pun for pangolin that you could call it?
Oh God, I don't know.
Hang on.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
Well,
This is so stupid. I can't believe this. This is so stupid. Right.
you can't be laughing already. I don't know what I'm laughing at.
This is ridiculous. Right, so I was thinking, right, puns for pangolin. Now, off the top of my head, I thought pangolin. Like he's like, oh, yeah, but I thought I don't really like to think of a pangolin in pain, so not that one.
No.
So I looked up, there's a website, Pun Generator, right?
Okay.
So I put in pangolin and asked it to generate puns, right?
Yeah.
Here's some of the... You know what a pun is, don't you?
Yes.
Because Pun Generator doesn't seem to, right? Here's... Let me read you some of these puns.
Okay.
Pangolin tax.
Right.
Pangolin crowds. Half-Life Pangolin Force. Hang on, how about this one? These are great puns from Pun Generator. European Union Pangolin tax. How about race relations, pangolin viewpoints?
Do you get the feeling that it wasn't expecting you to write the word pangolin in here?
We've got the very blunt and straight to the point pangolin cocks. Oh my god, these are ridiculous. Plant growth, pangolin rhizobacteria.
This is just mental.
This is what? This I don't.
This
I
is,
lost words.
If this is AI based, then this is the worst AI I've ever seen in my life.
It really is. This is the worst AI.
This is just completely wrong.
Oh, right, okay. Well, if anyone wants to kickstart race relations, pangolin viewpoints,
Sounds like a winner to me.
or European Union pangolin tax, then
Well, let's make a whole series.
yes.
A whole the pangolin series. Jesus Christ. There would be quite an eye-catching titles that you would then have to explain every time you talked in an interview about the games. This is why. That's the first
especially
question.
if you called it pangolin cocks.
Don't start with that one. That one comes later.
Well, I didn't. That's a
Well,
tangent I really didn't expect.
We did not.
but-
I did not expect to go down that route.
No.
Wow. Okay.
There we
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to more Pod'em Up news. I've got an incoming indie.
Okay.
Incoming indie.
It's not a pangolin game. It's a Tanuki game.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a demo of this on. It's called Tanuki Pon's Summer. PON''S. There's a demo of this on Steam. I think it's still available at time of recording. I had a go on it a couple of weeks ago. So I actually found a few things about it that I thought could be improved upon, but I do think there's a lot of potential in it in general. I think it's worth keeping an eye on. It's a game where you play as a bicycle riding Tanuki, and you can do tricks and stuff like Tony Hawk style.
Oh.
But you're also in a little village, and you can talk to people, and you're a postman, and you deliver packages to them. So it's like an interesting sort of genre mashup. And there's various mini games too, because the townspeople usually rope you in to help them do stuff once you deliver their package. So there's like a sumo wrestler who gets you to do a bit of sumo wrestling. There's a photographer that gets you to find these statues and take pictures of them. And the most fun one that I had was the owner of a bar who wants you to serve customers their drinks, and each one requires a certain amount of head on their beer. and you have to tilt the glass to get just the right amount of head that they want.
Oh, okay.
Really fun idea. But my problems with it were more in the trick system, like the cycling system, compared to like Bombrush Cyberfunk, which is very easy to perform the tricks and to just sort of get moving around. This was a lot more sort of cumbersome and complicated. Like, if you want to hit a ramp and do a trick off it, you've got to hold a button to do the boost, and you've also got at the same time hold another button to sort of charge a jump. You've got to release that on the ramp and release the other button as well. And then you've got to press another button and hold in a direction to do the trick. And it was too much, too complicated. I didn't like that at all. But everything else about the game I quite liked. There's loads of sort of personality to it. It's quite funny, very sweet little game. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. See if they sort of do any tweaking like that to the mechanics.
So is that just a demo, or is that like a full game?
It's a demo.
Okay.
Still out now. And there's no release date yet, but it's coming out on everything except the PlayStations for some reason.
Oh.
They're not invited to the Tanuki party, but everyone else is. So yeah, have a look at it. It's called Tanuki Pond's Summer. It's very nice.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Right. I think that's it for everything else apart from the book club, isn't it? So should we?
Yes, I think so.
Should we roll on into that? Let's have a little break and try and compose ourselves. And then when we come back, we'll be talking about Tails Adventure.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right, okay, I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to type in Tanuki into the pun generator.
On. Right, go on. I feel like this is going to be a regular segment in the show, isn't it?
Bone Thugs and Tanuki. Energy Tanuki Act of 2005.
What is it expecting us to type where it would actually generate reasonable answers? I don't get this.
Shakespearean Tanuki. What does that even mean? The Office of National Drug Control Tanuki. Oh my god! Right, okay. I'm bookmarking this because this is insane.
Everything into it. That's comedy gold.
It's not even a pun. I don't even understand.
What is it even supposed to be? I don't get it.
I don't know. Sex Tanuki.
It's almost as if it's taking like some of the sort of topical or key things that they might get from a newspaper or something, or like top Google searches, and just applying the word that you put into it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how that's useful to anybody.
No, I don't. I don't.
I mean, I could come up with that. I don't need a generator to do it.
I don't think you could come up with things like acceptable use Tanuki.
No, that's quite good.
Anyway, let's take a break before we...
We'll be back with Tails Adventure.
Yes. Oh my god.
Video Game Book Club.
Hello, welcome back. We've got our giggles out of our system now, so I think we're all set to talk about Tales Adventure. Or
Absolutely.
Indeed Tales Adventures. The box art calls it Tales Adventure, the title screen calls it Tales Adventures. So I don't know, whichever of those you trust more, I don't know, whatever. So, developed by Aspect, published by Sega. This came out in 1995 for the Sega Game Gear. It was released in September, October and November for Japan, Europe and USA respectively. An original cartridge is not cheap. You're looking at about £70, even without the box. And in fact, I could barely find legitimate box copies on eBay, to be honest. And someone was trying to sell just the box for £291.
Oh, what?
Which is
Come
just
on.
ridiculous. Don't give them the satisfaction. You're better off playing it within one of several other collections that has since appeared on, including Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Gems Collection, and most recently Sonic Origins, though you'll need the Plus expansion pack for that last one. And it was also released individually on the eShop for the 3DS for good measure. So this is a spin-off of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, starring Miles Tails Prower in a more deliberately slower-paced platform game. All is not well on Coco Island. Tails' nap is interrupted by an invading force of bird warriors led by the impressively named Great Battle Cuckoo the 15th. It's up to Tails to take care of business and eject these bothersome birds by searching for and unlocking a variety of mostly explosive weapons. Interestingly, the Japanese version actually puts this as a prequel to Sonic 2.
Oh, okay.
Which has now subsequently been made canon, according to the excellent Sonic Encyclopedia book. So this is a Sonic 2 prequel. So it takes place either between Sonic 1 and Sonic CD, or after Sonic CD, because Sonic CD now canonically takes place before Sonic 2. So it's a very early Sonic game in the grand history of Sonic canon chronological ordering. So it's a Metroidvania, essentially, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Albeit before that was even a genre. So there's an overworld map with a sequence of levels that are mostly unlocked in a sort of linear order, but gaining access to them requires reaching particular exits within other levels, and reaching those exits may require the use of particular items. And you can find the items hidden within other levels. So quite often, when you go into a level, you can't do everything there is to do in it within a single visit, because you don't have the right items yet. So there's a bit of backtracking involved and revisiting past levels. So it's kind of a Metroidvania-ish like that. What do you think?
I thought it was a mixed bag.
Okay.
I'd never played it before.
Me neither, really.
I mean, I might have dabbled with it in an emulator back in the day, but never really gave it a proper chance.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say I dislike it. I think it's a very ambitious game.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastically good-looking game for the Game Gear.
It does look really good for the Game Gear, yeah.
It's extraordinarily good graphics for the Game Gear. It's Tails sprite is nice and.
I love Tails' animation. I would even go so far as to say he's more sort of interestingly animated than he is in the Mega Drive Sonic games.
Yes, I would agree. Very expressive, very.
He's got a lovely little stroll as he walks. It's a very cheerful little stroll. I really, really like it. It's very good.
Yeah, I think it's. I like the concept of it. I found it not very fun to play. In general, I found it a bit slow paced. I think it's one of those games I would love to see in the same way that like the fan community did a 16-bit style remake of Triple Trouble.
Yeah,
I would love to see a remake of this. Keep the concept, keep the everything as it is, but just with a bit more power behind it.
Yeah,
you could make it the controls a little bit smoother. I think you could. There's a core of a good game in there. I think probably the hardware just wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
To make it shine, but yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah, like I say, it's a mixed bag. I liked it, and there's bits I liked, and there's bits I didn't like. It didn't gel with me enough that I saw it through to completion, but I appreciate what it was trying to do. I think that's the best way of
I think that's a very good objective viewpoint on it. I actually had a lot of fun with this.
Okay.
I totally get your view, and I can see why someone would think that, especially playing it sort of retrospectively, when you've had lots of other interesting Metroidvanias since then that push it in all different ways. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because it's a Sonic game and I have a natural bias towards pursuing through them, or more likely because I'm playing it on a portable Switch and I'm like, hey, I'm playing a portable Switch, and I'm just it just happened to be the game that I started playing on it, and and I just love the novelty of being able to pick it up and play it, and it's probably that. I mean, it's a portable game originally anyway, so it kind of that's appropriate. But I just really got into getting all the items and finding my way through the game. It did require use of maps and a little guide sometimes, and a bit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not completely all the way through. I was able to do most of it, but occasionally I had to look stuff up to see where the items were. But yeah, I really quite enjoyed it. I really was sort of sucked in by it.
I like the fact that it's its own thing. I think it would have been really easy to do Tails Adventure and just be a handheld Sonic game, but with just Tails instead of Sonic. I really like that they've given Tails. It really is a Tails adventure. It's him doing his own thing, gadgets and inventions, and I like that they did that, and they didn't just they did the cheap and easy thing to do would have just been a platform game with Tails, but they've actually tried to do something. Its own little thing there. I think that's really, really cool. It's exactly the perfect genre for Tails because he's got all these gadgets, and getting a new gadget will unlock a new area for him, and it's a perfect match. I really like that. That like the core of the game. Compare it to the other Sonic spin-off that we played, which was Knuckles Chaotix, which was sort of faults. Had a core fault in the gameplay. And everything else just sort of went haywire from there. Really, this is a core good idea. Even if it's not fully implemented to it as well as it could have been, this is a great idea, and it should be explored further. I think. Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't been since. To be honest, I'm surprised it didn't get any sort of iteration. I think it's just because it was quite late on in the Game Gear life. At 95, that was sort of around about the end of the Game Gear, wasn't it? Really. Yeah. I think not many people have played it at the time. Not a lot of people have bothered to play it since. Just because it's the Game Gear games are always just sort of thrown in as sort of stocking fillers almost in these collections, aren't they? They're like, we've got these games, let's just chuck in all the Game Gear games and say, you want some more games, here's 12 other games. And people tend to just play, I'll have this one, I'll have this one. If they haven't played them before, they just feel inferior to the Mega Drive ones. And I know people will be shouting at me because they'll have particular nostalgia for Sonic 1 on the Game Gear or Sonic 2 on the Master System, which I totally get because I was a Mario Land lover. I loved Mario Land. I didn't play, Mario Brothers or World in the 90s, so I totally get that point of view. But it is difficult to argue that it is as good as the Mega Drive ones, those Game Gear games. Yeah. And so I think it all just gets bundled together, and people just kind of ignored it a lot. In a lot of cases, I dare say most Sonic fans haven't played this, and I think they should. Because I think it's a really interesting little game. Let's go into some of the details. So most levels require basic platforming and exploration of tunnels and labyrinths like that. That's rather than lots of slopes and loop-de-loops and open areas. It's all very kind of quite cramped tunnels to explore, isn't it? Tails is much slower than a normal game. Just a very normal platforming pace. Very little speed in the whole game, really. He can fly, and the fly controls are a little bit different. You don't tap, tap, tap. You press to start flying mode, and you press the button again to stop it. That really kept messing me up.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get used to that. Once I did, I quite liked it, actually. It does give you a bit more control. But, at first, I was constantly falling down because I just kept wanting to tap, 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 tap. So it was a bit unfortunate. And he's got a flight meter, which starts out, the maximum starts out quite low, but throughout the game, that will increase the maximum to get to a very generous amount of time that you're allowed to fly around. I'm not quite sure what it was that it kept increasing that, to be honest. It just seemed to happen as I went through the game. It just seemed to get more flights, but anyway. Tails collects rings for his health, but they're not just strewn about all over the place like they normally are. You usually have to get them out of enemies that you destroy, or hidden in blocks of destructible environments. He's got a maximum of 10, and he loses 1 per hit, apart from spikes, which take out 5. And with each Chaos Emerald that you find, which is like another item that you get 10 more rings on your maximum. And if you get all 6 in this game, then you get a maximum of 99 rings, which is quite generous, really. Even in the later stages, which is quite good. It's not, especially if you've got using save states and guides and things. It's not a difficult game. I find the other Game Gear Sonic games a lot harder. This is manageable a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah.
But if you do lose all your rings, you will get a game over, and there's no autosave, so you'll have to rely on a password system to get back into the game if you lose all your rings and die. That's available in Tails' house, which is an area on the map. And I would strongly advise to regularly visit the password screen and take a picture of it or note it down, because that's liable to happen. Or even if you're using save states, like I was playing on Sonic Origins, and you only get 1 save state there. So if you're save stating in the level, it is possible, if you don't have the right item, because you have a limited inventory of the item, you get to bring 4 items with you, and obviously you've got more than 4 in your inventory. If you go to Tails' house and set which items you've got, it's technically possible sometimes to get stuck in a level. It did happen to me. I had a particular type of bomb that would break a floor, and I was able to get down. And when I left the area and came back, the floor had regenerated, but I couldn't throw it. I didn't have the right bomb to throw up at it to break it. So I'm pretty sure I was stuck there. So I had to. Luckily, I noted down or I screenshotted the password of my current state. Basically, it records every combination of items and levels you've unlocked and puts it in a password. So luckily, I was able to put that back in and get back in the game. So I'd advise regular checking of the passwords just in case you get stuck. But the items is a bit of a missed opportunity in general, I would say, because there are a lot of them, but most of them aren't that useful.
Yeah.
I 100% completed this. I only finished it this morning, but I got every single item in the whole game. And most of the useful ones are bombs. There's various bombs, and different bombs will destroy different strengths of wall. There's also a remote bomb, which is quite good for sliding along the ground and for squeezing into gaps and destroying things later on that you can't get to with otherwise. There's also a drastically sounding napalm bomb, which is good for clearing overgrown foliage and allowing you access to one of the sort of jungly stages. There's night goggles, which are essential in one level because it's too dark. You need them to see what you're doing. But other than that, there's like a hammer, a protective helmet, faster shoes, and a glove that allows you to pick up heavy objects. Never really use those throughout the whole game, which is a shame because I feel like you could use all of those to do something, and then get around it, and then have that a way of getting through the level. I suppose it is good in the sense that you're less likely to go in a level with the wrong item because you only need a certain. Usually, if you've got one of the bombs and the remote robot, which I'll talk about in a minute, which is quite a cool little thing, and a couple of others, you'll kind of be fine in most situations. So, but it's a shame that some of those items weren't better used, I would say.
Yeah.
But the remote robot is pretty cool.
I was going to say, I like the little robot. I think he's just a nice little thing.
So he's a tiny little fox guy, and as soon as you set him, Tails is invincible, and you can control him, and you move him around. And he doesn't get, the little robot doesn't get harmed by enemies, so you can use him to have a good scope around the level, and you can press up and jump, and then he gets a little helicopter thing, and he starts flying around, and you can just fly him wherever you want. And sometimes you use him to push blocks through a gap, which Tails can then get on to get up to a higher place, and things like that. So it's a lovely little thing.
Yeah.
And it also transforms into the Sea Fox, which opens up the underwater levels. So Tails can sort of move around in all directions in this little mini submarine. It transforms into a submarine. And then there's a big level called Lake Rocky, which has lots of different facets to it, and that opens up access to all the various islands on the map. and there's a whole load of items for that as well. Various different missiles and mines, extra armor, and a rocket booster that gives it the power to fly for the penultimate level. So yeah, the robot's good. We like the robot.
Yeah, I like the robot.
Very, very nice. And there's also Sonic, Knuckles, and Fang/Knack items as well. And these are sort of optional things, but they give you a spin dash, a punch. The Fang one's most useful because it makes all enemies produce rings when you kill them. So I found myself applying that one to most of my visits later on because it keeps topping up your health when things get a little bit more difficult. The levels are well detailed, as you said earlier. Like I like that there's backgrounds in this, whereas in a lot of some of the other Sonic games, they don't have the capacity to show much interesting backgrounds. It's usually just a color and an occasional mountain or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with here, they got like proper backgrounds and things.
Yeah, fully animated lava flows.
Yeah, exactly. For the Game Gear, it's impressive.
It's really good.
Things do slow down whenever you're on a crumbling platform or there's too many enemies or projectiles on the screen, and which can mess up your jump sometimes because it just sort of slows the frame rate down a little bit. But they look nice. They are a little bit samey, some of them, maybe a little bit drab and repetitive that sometimes like visually. And they got some odd names as well, like Poloi Forest, Karen Forest, Poly Mountain. Kind of strange. It feels like they've not been translated properly or not. Like, they haven't had interesting names applied to it for the Western version, you know. And I do like the enemies, like these. So this game has nothing to do with Eggman or his badniks. This is a completely separate invading force of birds, which have never been seen in any other game ever again. And I think they've appeared once in like the old Archie Sonic comic, and that's it. Like, which is. I quite like these guys, and I feel like because the Sonic series has very few interesting enemies that sort of go throughout a game that don't have anything to do with Eggman. Do you know what I mean? Or haven't been duped by Eggman, or don't become good later on. You know, they're just another sort of invading force of bad guys that just want something for themselves. And
has that actually ever happened in a Sonic game? Completely unrelated to Eggman.
There's the Black Arms in the Shadow game, the aliens.
Oh yeah.
And there's Gun, obviously, but not other than those, not really. No, I don't think so. There's individuals that are out for their own thing sometimes, but yeah. So I think these. I want to see these guys return because there's some interesting characters within them as well, like the Great Battle Cuckoo the 15th, who's the final boss. He's the leader. But you also have his son, Great Battle Cuckoo the 16th, who's also called Speedy. And he's basically a full-on Sonic character. He's a green bird. Weirdly, one of 3 completely separate green birds who appear in the Sonic series overall. And you have to fight him a couple of times, and he's quite interesting. And then there's this Dr. Fukurokov, who's like a crazy old bird with a massive beard. And these are like fully sort of interesting-looking characters. Yeah. And it's just weird that they just haven't been...
Just never used them again.
Yeah. And not even in the current IDW comics, which have done a classic Tales special, but they use the enemies from the other Tales games, Tales Sky Patrol. They haven't touched these ones. So I feel like there's, they could at least get in there somewhere.
Well, yeah. Not even like Sonic and Racing Transformed, or any of the sort of games where
you could
they like making little references to obscure things in Sega's history. Nothing.
It feels like this is almost too obscure even for that, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one for me because it's not on paper. It's not a game that particularly excels massively in many places, but for me, it just felt like more than the sum of its parts somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why exactly. I just ended up having a lot of fun with it and just wanting to see it through to the end for some reason. I think because my Game Gear knowledge is the sort of the blind spot in my general Sonic experience. Like the Game Gear games, a lot of them I haven't really played a lot of. I've played most of the platformers I've played through once or twice, but I don't know them inside and out. And obviously I never played this, so I did really want to give this a go because it always seemed, quite an interesting genre switch to me. And so I'm glad I've gone through it because I did really enjoy it.
I didn't really enjoy it, but I did appreciate it, and I do think, like I say, I think it's it's got a lot to offer, and I think I just would love to see it expanded on. If someone could do like a modern remake of it, like a 16-bit style remake of it, where they could just get rid of some of the slowdowns, tart up some of the levels a little bit. I think you'd have a really really good little game there.
Make more of the items useful. Change the level
Yes.
design a little bit. Just make it make it a bit more interesting. Bring it up to sort of more modern Metroidvania standards.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's not. I'm not talking like it doesn't need like a. It's more of a spit and polish rather than like a whole
you don't-
overhaul.
Exactly. You don't need to change too much about it.
No.
I don't think. Yeah, and
No.
I'm surprised a fan game hasn't come out for that,
Yeah.
because they've covered. There's so many fan games out there. It's just amazing that no one's thought to make another Tales of Adventure that I've ever seen, anyway.
I think it's like you say. It's such. It seems to be such an obscurity even amongst Sonic fans.
Yeah,
You know, like,
I know.
it just doesn't get any attention.
Yeah, yes, it's a shame. And the ending, which I saw this morning, is quite nice. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but there's just a nice little sequence while you're watching the credits of Tails fixing this larger version of his little robot, and it keeps kind of exploding and going wrong, and there's a little mischievous flicky there, and it was just a really sweet little sequence actually that they didn't have to do, but they put in there at the end, and I quite enjoyed that. So you get a nice little reward when you complete the game. So yeah, I liked it. It's good.
Yeah. I would not pay £70 for it.
Oh no, don't do that. Do not do that.
I would not do that.
No. You can. There's other legal ways of playing this. That's much better. Yeah. Okay, so your pick next. What are we going to play?
I'm a bit hesitant to suggest this because the last time I suggested the game on this platform, it didn't go well.
Okay.
But this game was released on PC as well. So I'm going to go for it. And if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out.
Okay.
I'm going to go for Universal Warrior on the Amiga.
Okay. Universal Warrior. I'm trying to think in my head if I've ever seen this. I probably have, but go on, enlighten me.
It's a top-down it's a top-down shooter, top-down arena shooter, with a little robot that you have to customize with what weapons you want, different ways of navigating the arenas, different weapons. There's a whole little economy based around it as well. So you get a certain amount of money. You can choose to insure your robot against damage, but obviously that eats into your income. You can place bets on the outcome of the levels and things like that. There's a black market for parts for your robot, and there's new shops that sell new parts for the robot that are more expensive but are better. There's all that kind of thing. So you customize your little robot and you send him out into battle to go through these little shoot 'em up sort of levels.
Okay.
I think there should be enough there for us to talk about. I think it's a fun game, and I think more people should. I think more people would enjoy playing it. I think it's not a very well known game, so even if we don't get a huge amount of discussion about it, if it just brings it to a few more people's attention and gets a few people to play it, I think I'll be happy with that.
That's fine. Yeah. Cool. Yes, Walker was the last Amiga.
Yes.
Although we did play. Was it not Worms? Lemmings.
We did play Lemmings. Oh yeah, we did play Lemmings.
That was Amiga, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
Yeah, that was Amiga.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not all bad. Yes. Yeah. Okay. That sounds interesting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll give it a go. Right. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch, we are at Podemup on Twitter and Blue Sky. If you want to mail us, it's mail@podemup.live and podemup.com, or podemup.live is our website where you can see all our past episodes. And we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on everything, I think, aren't we, really? Still?
We are not on iTunes.
Aren't we?
No.
What? Why? What's happened? We used to be. This is news to me.
It's news to me. Maybe this is something to look into, but yeah, it's when I searched, because I dusted off an old iPod, funny enough, because I just need something to listen to when I'm going out and about, and I thought, I'll add our podcast on there so I could see if anyone's reviewed it on the iTunes store.
Yeah,
it's not there.
Yeah, it's Apple Podcasts now, isn't it? It's not. I don't know if that was your problem.
Maybe I was doing it through. I was doing it through iTunes, the iTunes app. I mean, that probably hasn't been updated for about.
I'm just wondering
30
that
years.
is it just based on all the old podcasts before we even put it out?
It could be.
Let me just have a quick Google now, just to set our minds at rest.
The Swedish Podmap was on there.
Ah, was it? Okay. Apple Podcasts. Because we were, last time I checked, a few months ago. Yeah, we're here. We're here on
Book Club. There we go.
We're on Apple Podcasts.
I take that back. Then it's my fault for using obsolete.
Yeah,
software.
obsolete software. Yeah, don't do that. We're not on obsolete software. We can't promise that you'll find us on an old Atari or Lynx. But we're on the modern stuff.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say? Do you want to give us one more pun while you're before we go?
Okay, right. Hang on. Let me get the pun generator back up. Okay. Pungenerator.org. Right. What should I get a pun for?
Tails.
Okay.
Nothing funny.
No, these ones are quite good. The Canterbury Tales.
Okay.
But they've put tails. 9-inch tails.
Oh, okay, so it does work sometimes with certain.
It does
words.
work sometimes.
If you give it a more common word. Yeah.
Let's type in podcast. Podcast puns. Sorry, no puns were found.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, well, you gave us all those crackers about
Yeah.
pangolins and tanukis.
Tanukis.
But no, podcast, no, sorry. Can't
Platypus.
Can't think
Come on,
of a pun for that.
Come on, platypus puns. Okay, here we go. Right, platypus. Platypus of St. Louis, Missouri. This is all it is. Right, platypus in Detroit. Platypus in San Francisco.
Okay, so it's struck on a winning formula there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Platypus in Boston.
Yeah.
Platypus of Portland, Oregon.
These kind of actually do sound like they could be video games or even movies.
We got a cracker. Here we go. Support our law enforcement and Safe Platypus Act.
Okay. Right, we'll leave you with that then, shall we?
Yeah.
And we'll also leave you. I wanted to close the show with the Game Gear medley from the excellent Sonic Symphony, which includes a short little bit of Tails Adventure at the end of it. So we'll leave you with that, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.